What's going on, guys? Retro Guy 25 here, coming to you with the Take 5 segment. Now, as you can tell by the scenery, I'm not on break. I am actually at home before work filming this one. And the reason for that would be that I had already done a Take 5 video that I tried uploading last night, and it didn't work out so well. Turns out, for some reason, the audio didn't want to work. And I tried everything I could to get it back and just wasn't there. My lips were moving, couldn't hear anything. Wonderful stuff, I know. But I'm currently in the process of fixing that. I may have to film from a different phone camera because that's how I was doing it. I was doing it from my phone. Anyway, so I'm here and I'm filming a Take 5 video because it's been quite a while since I've even posted anything. So in this one, this topic is going to be about these Yobo FC3 Plus systems. Pros and cons. To give you a little backstory, a friend of mine texted me asking if I could help her find a game. And I was more than happy to. When I'm out and about, I'll find games, and I may not necessarily want them right away or for the money that they're charging, but then the topic of these came up because her boyfriend wants one of these and was thinking about buying one. And pros and cons of this, well, the obvious pro is you only have to buy one system to play 3 of the best systems that came out in their time, which was the NES, the Genesis, and the SNES, as you can see by the label up here. It's obviously a pro. Now the thing is it's really the only pro I've been able to think of because for everything else, this is just my personal opinion. I'm not a fan. I mean, I definitely think it's a good idea, but I personally, being a collector, I like to have all the systems personally. Like my Nintendo and my Super Nintendo, I like having those systems. And I actually personally don't have a Genesis, and I'm contemplating getting one, but I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to be patient with that. But a lot of my cons for this come from the controller. Now, as you can see, it looks like your standard controller with a couple extra buttons on it, which you would need, seeing as how the Genesis controllers had some different buttons in comparison to the Nintendo and Super Nintendo. So they had to compensate with all these extra buttons. Now, as far as the cons, like I said, they mostly come from this controller, and part of it is because about 6 or 8 months into having this, as you can see, I'm already getting splitting right up here, and it's lining there, and the cords are showing. So this is actually just very delicate, and I honestly don't know if it's poorly made, but it's definitely delicate because it started splitting there, and just before I pressed record here, I found out that it's also splitting right there, and that requires electrical tape mostly to fix, and it's not really a problem, but it does make it kind of look crappy, and I don't really like that. As far as the gameplay with it, that's a big con for me, and that's because I played like Super Mario World, I played Turtles in Time on it, and a couple others, and the way that this is set up, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell even bringing it close, but the buttons, you can see, we start down here with A, then we go to B and C right there. That's correct, yep. But then on top of that, you have X, Y, and Z. Now, I'm pretty sure that there's no such thing as a Z button on any Genesis, Nintendo, or Super Nintendo controller. So, I mean, I'm not the biggest on Genesis. I don't know everything about it, so correct me if I'm wrong. But there's no Z button that I can think of. And not to mention the order of the buttons and the A is the A, B is B, C is C. Like they're what they're supposed to be. So when you go and play like Super Mario World on Nintendo, I don't know quite which one is the jump, but I feel like I'm using two. I feel like when I'm playing it like this because I have to make sure I hit the right button or hold the right button, and it gets kind of frustrating. I kind of just like the setup of the older controllers, and for being that it has its own controller, also too, the port is also its own. So as far as doing as far as these controllers, if they break, you get two when you buy it complete in box. You get two of these controllers. Replacing them may not be the easiest either because I mean there are a lot of these systems that are released, but I don't believe that a lot of people are buying them, and all of them, like your Retron 5s and your C3 or FC3 pluses, they have different ports, and it's not like you can decide to go out and buy a Super Nintendo controller and hook it up so you can play your Super Nintendo games. It just doesn't quite work like that, which would be cool though. So that's basically it. Be sure to like my video, comment down below, and just let me know what you guys think, okay? Alright, take care everybody.